Hello, this video is to show account administrators or regional administrators how to set up their districts and schools. It's a little bit of a tedious process when you do them one at a time, so you've probably given me a spreadsheet that I've entered in for you. So this would be if you need to maybe add a school that you left off, or if you expand at some point and have some new fairs to add in. You can use this interface to edit and things like that as well. So I'm already logged in, and so in the role selector, I'm going to pick my account administrator login. I've got another video I'm going to record for the other administrators getting started, because they have a little different start than account administrators, and I'm going to cover some of the other things about login. So right now we're just focusing on the school division ads and the schools. The first thing I'm going to do is click on this account administration button. This brings up a little explainer that I need to do both this and the start of year setup, which is something that all the administrators need to do for their fairs, in addition to the account administration. So this is just some information about like how to set up fair structure and how schools nest within divisions and that kind of thing. So you can read that when you're adding the schools if you need to. But this is some information that's preloaded from my regional fair. I can add in other regional administrators or edit, but I don't need to do that at this time, so I'm just going to save and hide that. And then I'm looking at right now the school district list and schools list. So I've got one district in right now. It's got each district would be on a separate tab. You'll see in a moment. So I've got a district here, district information at the top. So the fair name for the district here, and then the administrator got like a fake name and email there, but and then where does it advance to? What's the parent fair, the regional fair? And then I've got my school list underneath of that. So I've got two schools in right now, right? So there's Northeastern and Northwestern, and so I've got administrators in for each one, and then the advancement, they both go to the district fair. So it's listed like that. So I'm going to create a new division or new school district. So I go up here and I see add new school district. I click that button and it pops up a place for me to name the district and have a name for the administrator. So that would be like the person's name. In this case, I'm just putting in like a dummy name here. Put in my email address. Now there's a button here if it's a placeholder district. That would mean if all the schools in that district would go directly to the regional fair, and the district doesn't really exist as a fair. We just need it to kind of hold the schools. So you might also use this if the division is the regional fair. Like if the district level fair is the regional fair, then you could use that button. Also, you could use that if it's a governor's school or a regional program that you need like basically a container district to put it in because it's separate from the other school districts. And so those are options, the reasons that you might want a placeholder district, but that's uncommon. That's not what we're going to do, or at least uncommon for the structure I'm using, which is a regional fair with district fairs and individual schools. So I'm just going to click to create that district. So after you create a district or a school, then you should refresh the page. You can hit F5 or just the refresh button. You don't always need to do this for like other features, but when you're adding divisions or schools, you need to kind of reboot the account so that it can recognize those new schools and fairs. So I'm going to go back into my account administration, and I can hide this network thing here, or the making the fair network. So there's the create district button if I wanted to create another one. You'll see down here I had that tab and now I've got another one. So South School District Science Fair. And so at the top here I've got my name of the fair, my fair administrator, and then it advances to the regional fair. So I've got that information, but I've got no schools because I haven't made any yet. So to make a school, I've got options to edit or do things within a school district or within a school. Okay, so I'm going to go into the school district option. I'm going to select the district I want the fair to be in. Okay, so I want to put it in South School District. And then when I click on the district, it gives me another menu, and I can click Add School. Under this menu, I can also add or remove a district administrator, or I can edit the district name. I'm going to click Add School, and then that creates a little interface for me to enter in school information. So you can enter in the fair name because theoretically it could be different. Like maybe instead of a science fair, it's called like their science festival or something. And then I put in the address and got to put in a phone number. This information is so that when students add these schools later, or when teachers are created, it automatically fills that information in. I select either middle school or high school. Then I've got two buttons for kind of specialty cases. One button is if the school will advance directly to the regional fair. Now, I had that container, or dummy fair district option a moment ago. This is just for that particular school. So the other option was if the whole district was going to advance directly to the regional fair, or there was no district fair, that kind of thing. This is if one school in particular had a different path. There's also an option to click if it's a partial day program, for instance, like a half-day governor's school program, or maybe a STEM academy or something where students attend two different schools. And if that was the case, I could click that and it'll give me an option to select other schools that students could pick from as their secondary school to help log that information. They would still show up in their primary school, but it would be able to keep track of that other information for things like making your program for the science fair or just for sorting your students. So I need to put in a admin name. So I'm just going to say fake name here, and then put in an email address. I could put up to 3 administrators. All fairs can hold up to 3 like official admin spots. So if you're going to add more than 3, or you could like swap someone out, if someone's leaving. Usually you only need 1 or 2, but if you needed more than that, you can add someone as a administrator through a menu that I'll show you later in a future video. But these are kind of the 3 official administrator options. So I'm going to click Save. That saves my school. And now notice it's not filled in here because, again, you have to refresh the page after creating a school or a division. Again, normally it'll pull in new information after you make a save, but when it comes to the schools and the districts, it's a little different, so you have to refresh. So I go down to my interface where I got my divisions each on a separate tab. So when I go to South School District, now I have a school under my school list. So here's Southeastern Science Festival. I've got the name and email address for the admin, and the name of the fair it advances to, which is the district fair. So I've created that school. Now let's say I had to make some edits to that school. I could go in here, I could select a school from this drop down, and it gives me some options. So I can edit the name, or I can change the admin. I don't have an option in there to change the address and that kind of thing, because presumably if you do it right the first time, there's not a need to edit that. However, if you did need to do that, you could contact support, and we can take care of that for you. Okay, so again, if you need to add a school, you pick the division that you're, or a district that you're adding it into, and then you pick, so you pick the district, and then you would pick add school. Okay, so that takes care of that. and I'll have a separate video to show you how to do the start of year setup. Thank you and have a good day.